Listen, the most important thing right now, this week, in the news is the dramatic release of information about a new fossil. The fossil's name is Ida. A scientific paper was just released that has absolutely fanned the flames of the evolution intelligent design debate to a whole new intensity. I'm sure you've heard something about this, and if you haven't directly, tomorrow night, as I understand it, on the History Channel, a full-length feature is going to be presented. Now, note that this paper that talks about this particular missing link was just released a couple of days ago. But it documents the discovery of an elegantly structured, beautifully preserved fossil of haplorhine, or haplorini. What's that? Well, it's an ancient primate that is thought to be the ancestor of both modern-day lemurs, and it looks a lot like a lemur, like a kind of a monkey, and the so-called higher primates, including human beings. Now, the lemur was named Ida because of the name of the 6-year-old daughter of Professor Jorn Hurum of Norway's National History Museum. He's the one who headed up the research team. He didn't find this fossil in the ground. He got it from someone else, and originally it was found about 25 years ago. But they were able to obtain this in the last couple of years. They've been working on it in secret, and now they've launched the publicity event to bring the attention of this fossil to the entire world. Some have been calling it the eighth wonder of the world, others the final piece of Darwin's jigsaw. It has been called the Holy Grail fossil by Fox News. Times Online headline read, "Fossil Find Provides Missing Link in Human Evolution." National Geographic Online rendered the phrase "missing link found" in all caps, and that in NetSpeak that would be the equivalent to shouting, and then added "new fossil links humans and lemurs" with a question mark. I mentioned Fox News reference to the Holy Grail, which actually has almost instantly attained celebrity status, which is the purpose. If you go to Google, now this happened yesterday, I checked it and saw it, I didn't see it this morning, but you know how they have the little image at the top of their page, and they change this image out at different times, depending on what's going on, I guess, and there she was. There was the fossil of Ida, kind of worked right into the Google motif, whatever, a celebration of this new find. By the way, the public announcement of the paper coincided with a very glitzy PR campaign that has made a lot of people uncomfortable. And on the one hand, you could understand why a notable fossil, and this clearly is a notable fossil. I'll explain why in just a moment. You can understand why when a notable fossil is produced, there will be a lot of scientific attention. But this is a carefully orchestrated enterprise to make the biggest splash possible. What was the term they used at the beginning of the Iraq War? Shock and awe. That seems to be what was intended to be generated by the release of this news, and in fact, it has been the result. Shock and awe. Shock in a good way. Maybe shock in a bad way to those who don't hold to the Darwinian evolutionary model. At least that's the way the proponents of the model view this find. The public announcement of the paper was coincided with a glitzy promotional website. You might have seen it. Let me see if I can find the footnote for this. The link, I think it's called The Link. I'm looking at my notes here, so if you want to go there, you could find it. It's called The Link. I guess I don't have them here. The Link.net or something like that. It's easy to find if you just Google it up. Missing link, you'll find it. Or just Ida plus missing link. In any event, it's a glitzy. It is a cool website. I mean, it's really fancy. It is beautiful. It is engaging. It is Wow is the word I use to describe it. And let's see. Oh, and the heralding there on the website is the link uncovering our earliest ancestor. You also will see this, or maybe did see this, on ABC's Good Morning America, on Nightline, on World News. I mentioned the full-length documentary by Atlantic Productions entitled The Link will be aired on the History Channel tomorrow night, Memorial Day. And a new book of the same title, The Link, has been produced with advanced distribution of, get this, 100,000 copies. Now, this has all been waiting in the wings for the time when anybody, except for the insiders in this, who are studying it, knows about it. So in other words, this is all before other researchers in the scientific community have a chance to even begin to evaluate the claims. And the evaluation has not been uniformly glowing. Yes, this is a magnificent fossil. Apparently this critter, considered based on the strata it was found in, to be about 47 million years old. Which a critter which is a tree-dwelling critter went down to take a drink on land in a pond and was overcome by carbon monoxide fumes or carbon dioxide fumes or something and fell in and was sunk to the bottom and was virtually perfectly preserved in fossil form. When I say virtually perfectly preserved, I mean it was a fossil. It wasn't the critter. It wasn't like that baby mammoth they found. But you have a kind of a halo effect of the fur and the body muscular parts that were preserved there, so you can actually get a very, very clear picture of what the animal looked like in the soft tissues, and apparently even discover or behold the contents of its stomach. So they know what the last meal was that Ida had before she perished. She's about the size of a raccoon, and not an adult, apparently, based on dentition, teeth. So quite a remarkable find in itself. The visual acuity of all of the parts of this 95% complete skeleton is just stunning. I've seen some photos of it. It's not my field, so it isn't like I know a great example of a beautiful fossil when I see it. But it's like artwork, some people know more, they can see more. Most of us, we just know what we like. But in this case, it's hard to miss the elegance of the fossil, and then those that know what they're talking about indicate the tremendous detail that makes this a once-in-a-lifetime find. So there's much they can learn about the paleobiology of this creature,